Then I ran across this video right here. Rusto Mods, man. I ran across this video. It caught my attention. It says 700 horsepower all-wheel drive C10. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're getting tapped by bees. Back to what I was saying. Yo, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are making a battery box, focusing on making this battery box. I want my battery to sit here. I wanted to sit here, and then when I get my air ride, my air compressor stuff gonna sit there. And then possibly the tank gonna sit across here. But today, I'm gonna concentrate on trying to make a battery box for this. Because when I was driving it the other day, I just had the battery sitting here. Which, that can't happen because I need to put my seat in. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we're doing. I'm gonna see how successful I can get this done, even though I ain't got no limit heads today. I'm sad about that. But you know what? I'm back. Let's get it. Battery box. We gotta figure it out. Measure some things up. I wanted to sit exactly there. Maybe a little lower. But I'm looking at how high this sit. Eventually, I'm gonna make a catwalk. So the catwalk will come over top of it. I just want to maybe have it sit down just a little bit. Just a little flushed out. But yeah, that's what I'm working on today. We're going to see how far I could get. Stick with your boy. Another project. Let's do it. Keep going. Yo, everybody, let me show y'all what I came up with. Now, keep this in mind. I am not a fabricator at all. This is learn as you go. You think about an idea, you try it out. If it work, it work. If it don't, start over. But this is the battery box I came up with. That's it. I am going to drill. I want some big holes. I probably use my hole saw, drill some big holes in the bottom. So if anything like water get in there, it's going to leak right out. I don't want it to hold water. And I'm also going to put a rubber cushion all around it. So when the battery is in there, it's going to be protected. Now, this will be strapped. I'm not a fabricator, so don't judge me. But I took 2 L brackets, welded them together here. I just took a piece of plate, welded the plate on both sides. I'm about to clean all this up. I'm going to weld all the outside, try to make it look nice and neat. Paint it all up nice and purdy like. And just put 2 C channels on the top. Just bolt it. I can put a bead of weld on it. I might weld it, not sure yet. I might just go ahead and say screw it and weld it. So if I need to readjust it before I put a bead on it, I can readjust it. But I'm just sitting in there. I am going to put some holes in here to bolt it into there. This is what I came up with. Like I said, I'm not a fabricator at all. I just do the best I could do. So let me sit it back down in there so y'all can see what it look like in there. Now, I don't want y'all judging me now. Don't judge me. Judge your mama. Everything welded. Everything double welded on the inside and the outside. And I just bolted it to the frame right here. And I made bolts here so I could adjust the height if I wanted to sit higher or lower. But if you see, it sits right level with the frame. That's where I wanted it at. Back here, how it sits right there. Out of the way. Remember, I'm still going to make a catwalk. The catwalk is going to cover all that, so you're not even going to see it. However, on that side, if I decide to go air ride, that's where my air compressor is going to sit, right up in there. So it's a good trade-off. Look at it from this side, and this is what it look like. That's what I did today, y'all. Something quick, something new. I said self-taught, self-learned, self-adjust. Let go. What's up, everybody? Check this out. Day 2 of having tags on this truck. I got 41 miles on this truck in 2 days. This truck ain't no show truck. I'm driving this joker. Man, I've been driving. No issues, no leaks, no nothing. Man, this thing feels good. Go and step into a little boost every once in a while. Nothing crazy. I'm just trying to fill it out. I do have to get my brakes. I need to do something with my brakes. Something's going on with my brakes. It's like if I slam on brakes, one will lock up. The rest just drag to stop. So I am going to replace all calipers. Front, back, side to side. All of them. Can't go out like that, y'all. Put too much money in this truck to crash it. So I am going to replace all the calipers. I'm not going to drive it again. I'm lying. But I'm not going to drive it far. I might just ride around a little bit, but yeah. Let's do some temporary lights on the back until I figure out my bumper. Temporary trailer lights. They work. Turn signal work. Brakes work. Good enough for me. But yeah. Truck runs great. No complaints. Transmission cooler not. If I could touch it with my hand, you know it ain't hot. So I'm gonna temp it anyway with my temp gun. I still gotta get a temp sensor for it. I think I'm gonna get that this week. So my dash can tell me the temperature of my trans. That's the only thing it don't tell me. It tell me the fluid, how much pressure running through it, but it don't tell me the temperature. And as I can see, it's only 117 degrees. That's not bad. 117 on one side, 108 on the other side. So once I put a fan on there, I can set it to where I want it to come on, click on. 117 ain't bad for a trans temp at all. At all. But I'm not pulling nothing. I'm not, driving crazy, going in boost and nothing like that. I'm just cruising. Cruising. But that's 117 with no fan. Just imagine when I put a fan on it. It's going to keep it even cooler. My engine temps, my fan's not even coming on because my engine temps not even getting up to 180. My engine temps is sitting around 150. I think the highest it went was 155 while I'm cruising. But today's not a hot day either. If I sit here and idle, of course it's going to go up. Fans come on, it brings it right back down. So the investment of that radiator, that high dollar radiator fan setup is well worth it. I'd rather invest in that than my engine overheating and all that stuff. But everything runs great, can't complain. Just an update on how she's running since I've been driving it. Like I said, I put 41 miles on it 2 days. Just driving, man. Just driving it around. Now, situation number 1, brakes. Gonna fix that. Situation number 2, my front is settling. It's going further and further down. I do not want to raise the front of this truck up. However, I might have to raise it up an inch. I really don't want to, but I might have to. Because the more I drive it, the more the suspension settles. It's going down. I might gotta bite the bullet, raise it up an inch. But I love the way it sits. And like I said, everything's great. I don't even have an alignment on this truck. And it drives straight down the road. I guess my eye alignment did pretty damn good. Ride straight down the road. take the hand off the wheel, straight down the road. Let me go ahead and do some research on brakes. I'm gonna change the calipers, the rotors, and the pads. I'm gonna just do it. It is a 1986 chassis, so ain't no telling when or if the brakes was changed on here. I was doing the rear disc. However, I found out because my truck was a tow truck, I got the shorter rear end. It's shorter. If I want to put this on here, I gotta get the other rear that sits out wider, because it's gonna hit my leaf springs and hit my shocks if I put that on, because I have to weld the brackets on. It's not like a bolt-on thing. I have to weld it on. So I think I'm gonna just stick with this, because I don't want to change my rear end. Even though I'm gonna change my gears. I mean, I got 410s in here. I was just riding 55 miles an hour at like not even 2,000 RPM. So it's not horrible. But like if I'm going on a long trip, I could change it down. I want to change it to 373s. This is too short. The regular diffs, the brakes will be all the way out here. I think it's like 7 inches wider. And then I could put the disc stuff in there. But as it sit, I can't even put the disc in here. I got to keep the drums. I ain't mad at it. I'm gonna just replace all the components. I need brakes more than I need the go-go juice. You gotta stop this joker. I do not want to crash it or tear it up as soon as I can get to enjoy it. So many head turns, so many horn blowing, people waving. Feels good to drive something that, you know, people like. I like it. Just a quick update on what we're doing. All right, we're gonna get at it soon, y'all. Let me go ahead and do some research on brakes for this truck, because I got to do that. All right. Appreciate y'all. I see ya. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Spanky coming at you with another video today. We're going to do a little something different. First and foremost, I'm going to get a big shout out to Michael Prater. He's the one that won the Evil Energy contest. Brother, I'm about to put your pictures up. He's building a 1924 fire truck. I'm gonna put these pictures up real quick. Just check these pictures out. Tell me what y'all think. All right, what y'all think about that, man? I think it's gonna be pretty dope. I can't wait to see the outcome. I hope you send me some more pictures so I can post them up for you. They look real good, man. Matter of fact, why don't you start your own channel, man? I will definitely subscribe to it. So shout out to Mike. Your stuff is on its way, buddy. Didn't forget about you. It's on its way. All right, the second thing we're going to talk about the truck, the accomplishments, what we did, the problems, the solution. As some of y'all know, the ones that really follow the process, I've been driving this truck, y'all. I got tags. I already put 41 miles on it in 2 days. I'm trying to work out all the bugs. Y'all know it's going to be bugs when you're building a brand new truck. I mean, she old, but she brand new. She old, but she brand new. But y'all know what I mean, y'all. Y'all going to have bugs. You're going to have to work them out. Come to find out, I've been driving this truck. One wheel was stopping this truck, and it was a rear. I noticed when I hit the brakes a little hard, one wheel was locking up. I was thinking that I didn't have a bed on the back, so it was too light in the tail. Come to find out, it was only one wheel stopping this truck. So I brought it back in the house, brought it back in the lab. I'll show y'all what I figured out. So after doing some research, I done found something. Now, there's a lot of tips out here on the internet that's kind of confusing. So I'm gonna break it down to you. I'm gonna make it nice and simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm gonna show you. All right, y'all, I'm about to give y'all a big kiss. Check this out. So this right here is called a propulsion valve for your brakes. It's usually for an older vehicle. And let me tell you what it does. This right here will sense that you have a brake leak in one of your hoses. Prime example, if you bleeding or one of your hoses busts in the rear, there's a switch inside of here that switches to the front. Vice versa. If something going on in the front that is leaking fluid, is a switch inside of here that clicks to the back. Now, this right here, this little switch right here, this right here goes to that brake light that's in your dash. I don't have one. But the only way you can determine if it's on or not you hook up a test light. One side of your test light go to a positive source, and like if you see, if I touch here, it lights up because it's ground. You touch that middle section right here, and if it light up, that means that switch is on. That switch need to be in a neutral position in the middle to allow all the brakes to work. So the whole time I've been driving this truck, I'm only running off the rear brakes only. That's why when I was hitting the brake, it was sliding. However, I just gotta take this off, which I'm about to do. Take this off and click the switch back in the middle. But that's how you fix this. So this is the plug. It goes right here. 5/8 takes it out. No fluid should come out, but this O-ring right here keeps dust from going in. And then you stick a pick in there. You see that little tiny hole in there? You stick a pick like this in there, and you feel which side is raised up. And once you feel the side that's raised up, you go on the bottom side, and you just push it in and pull it over. And there's a switch in here that will slide over, make it back neutral. So when you put that little plug back in, you test light it again, and long as that plug don't light up, it's in the middle. Keep it simple, stupid. Also, as I figured out the valve situation, I realized I put these on backwards, right? So the bigger side should be the front brakes. This gives the most pressure. The smaller side should be the rear brakes. I actually had them backwards. Even though the valve wasn't allowed the front brakes to work, it was too much pressure going to the back. That's why one wheel was locked. That wheel was locking up. This wheel, I actually popped the wheel cylinder because I'm believing it wasn't adjusted correctly, and I kept hitting the brake, and I don't know if y'all know, but when you got hydro boost, it puts so much pressure through your lines, it popped the cylinder. So I already replaced that. That's already been replaced. However, here's the part that we gotta talk about. I replaced that. I fixed the lines in the front. But when I went back in to bleed the system, I was about to get in there and start pumping her down. So I stabbed the brakes a couple times just to get the fluid flowing. And the brakes hit the floor. Because this snapped. This is the shaft that pushes into the power booster. Thank goodness I wasn't on the road when this broke. I was sitting in my garage when this broke. Thank goodness. Y'all can see it snap right there. So that being said, now I gotta buy a whole new hydro boost. Because they don't just sell the shaft. It is the shaft that goes into here, and then this shaft pushes this here. Y'all know this is brand new. However, let me tell you how my brain works. This is how my brain works. All of this stuff is about to get replaced. I'm gonna gut all of it out. I'm gonna do my brake lines completely over again. And after talking on lug nut 4x4, we figure out a way how to get disc brakes on the back. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jack this truck up. I'm gonna rip out every brake component out of here. I'm even gonna replace the front calipers all over again. I can't get the updated ones, the upgrade ones, because I need the dually caliper, the dually rotor. That's what make that front wheel sit the way it sit. I can't change that. But I'm gonna see if they work properly. If they don't, I'm gonna replace them too. If I'm gonna spend all this money on go fast and reliability, I need to spend money on the brake system. So I'm about to rip this whole brake system out and start from scratch. I'd rather stop than go, because I could have really wrecked this truck. I could have hurt myself, could have hurt somebody else, damaged all the work, hard work, blood, sweat, and tears I put in this thing. But you know, I got that man on my side. When you got that man on your side, he got you, and he had me. So he allowed it to happen here and not nowhere else. All right. So we're gonna get busy on ripping this thing apart. But before I do that, it's something I want to talk about before I get busy with the brake system. And this is how I got started with this build. When I got my Suburban, it had the DOD. I don't know if y'all know what the DOD is, but that's when you're on a highway, four cylinder stop working, you got to change your lifters, it's lifter failure. And I said, I'm going to change that. I'm going to delete it. So I might as well put a cam in it. And that's where it all started. I put cams, header, HP tuner on my Suburban, start tuning it, start feeling different powers, and I caught the bug again. It was just like I needed to build something again. I was going to put a turbo on a Suburban, and I decided, nah, the Suburban runs good, AC works great. If I put a turbo on there, I'm going to have to remove the AC lines to go for the rear of the truck because it's two different units. I said, no, let me find something else to do. Then I ran across this video right here. Rusto Mods, man. I ran across this video. It caught my attention. It says 700 horsepower all-wheel drive C10. It was a 1968 700 horsepower all-wheel drive C10, and I didn't understand how did he make that work until I started digging into it. My man did a body swap on an Escalade. Blew my mind. I mean, blew my mind. I never seen anything like this. But you got to think, I was never a Chevy truck guy. I wasn't until I started messing with my Suburban LS. I was always a European, Volkswagen, Audi, even BMW a little bit. You know, I was always in that form. Toyota Supra. Like, I was always in that form. I just started liking the C10s and the stuff like that. So I said, I get an old truck, and I could build the old truck with the LS motor since I liked it so much. I see a lot of C10s. Everybody C10 look alike. You can get an OBS. You can get all that stuff. Everybody's truck look alike. I said, I want something different. Dually popped in my head. Why not get a dually? I always liked dualies. I always loved dualies. I said, let me find an old dually, and that's when I ran across the square body. Not only after that, I saw Rusto Mud body swap into a C60 off of Tahoe. I said, wait a minute. Like, this guy was really blowing my mind. I'm going to leave a link for his channel down below here. I want y'all to go look at his channel. This man does some amazing work. He did a lot of body swaps. I can't even start. I started with the 68 C10 with the Escalade all-wheel drive swap. But then I saw he did the C60 with a Tahoe. I'm sorry, not a Tahoe. He did a C60 with a Silverado chassis. Blew my mind. And as we speak right now, he's building a Ford 100. I'm not sure. I'm not a Ford guy. I can't really call it, but he's building a Ford right now. Y'all go check out his channel. Look down here, look below in the description. I'm going to leave a link for his channel. Go check him out. Shout out to him and his builds. He does amazing work. Very impressed. I'm super impressed to the point where it made me build something. Now, when I bought this truck, I said I was going to take 2 years to build it. I'm 6 months in. I'm driving this truck. I mean, the truck went from this, a 1986 C30 dually tow truck. This is how it looked when I bought it, to what you see today of me driving it. So once again, shout out to Rusto Mod, man. You really inspired me to build this. I just want to give you a good shout out, bro. Everybody go check out his channel. Everybody go check out his channel. Good content. He explains a lot. He show you how to do it. There's nothing held back. I like stuff like that, and that's what inspired me to do what I did. So shout out to you again. But let's get busy. About to rip this whole truck down with the brakes. All right? Let's go.